Ever notice the photos look lovely, but your body is begging for mercy? The kitchen is warm, pies are cooling, someone calls for pictures, and your outfit, so pretty on the hanger, now feels tight, shiny, and fussy. You smile for the camera while secretly looking forward to changing into something softer. Why do holiday clothes photograph okay yet feel miserable in real life? Today, we fix that, elegant from prep to pie, no fidgeting, no regrets. Hello, beautiful friends, your style only gets better with age. I'll show you 6 quiet swaps that keep you comfortable, camera kind, and polished, starting in your own closet, and only adding what's missing. Because Thanksgiving isn't about dressing up, it's about showing up with grace. Together we'll build a base that breathes, a layer that moves, and finishes that whisper, so you look serene in every photo and actually enjoy the day you worked so hard to make special. Mistake number 1, cooking in your dinner clothes. Holiday mornings have a way of catching us off guard. The kitchen runs warm, the timer beeps, family drifts in and out, and somewhere between basting and setting the table, you brush a sleeve against the oven door or lean over a bubbling pot. The outfit you planned so carefully starts to wilt before the day even begins. Heat builds, fabric clings, a splash of gravy finds the hem, and by the time someone suggests photos, you're already counting down to the moment you can change. This is the most common mistake women make on Thanksgiving, cooking in the very clothes meant for the celebration. It steals the freshness of your look and, more importantly, it steals your comfort. The solution is simple and elegant. Treat the morning like a soft rehearsal and the dinner like the premiere. Prep in a breathable base that works as a uniform. Think matte knit yoga pants that move with you and a sleeveless cotton tank that keeps you cool under pressure. Non-shiny fabrics near the neck help you avoid bright glare under indoor lights or phone cameras. The pieces should feel light, easy to wash, and able to handle a splash or two without drama. Hair can stay clipped back, jewelry minimal or off, and shoes low and steady so you can move quickly. You're not trying to look finished yet, you're protecting the moment you choose to arrive. Build in a brief reset before guests sit down. 10 minutes is enough. Step away, cool down, wash your hands, then lightly touch up hair and lip color. Swap the tank for your dinner top, slide into your skirt or tailored trousers, add your cardigan or soft blazer, and choose one piece of jewelry that lifts the face, a pearl droplet, a slender gold chain, something that whispers rather than shouts. A touch of lip color and a quick brush through the crown brings life back to the features. You walk to the table composed, unrumpled, and ready to be seen. This approach works because timing is everything. Heat, steam, and movement are hard on fabric and finish, no matter how careful you are. By separating work clothes from show clothes, you keep your silhouette crisp and your mood relaxed. You also protect your confidence. Nothing feels better than sitting down to the meal knowing you look as calm as you feel. If you need proof, try a small test. Take a mirror selfie right after cooking in your dinner outfit on one day, then repeat the next time with the 10-minute reset and a clean change. The difference in posture, skin tone, and expression is immediate. You look refreshed because you are refreshed. That's the quiet power of planning your debut. Mistake number 2, no layer plan overheating or chill. Holiday homes run on 2 temperatures, too warm when the oven is on and everyone crowds the kitchen, and too cool when a door opens or you step outside to greet a guest. That swing can undo even the prettiest outfit. You start strong, but 20 minutes into hosting you feel flushed, your neckline shows a light sheen, and the cardigan you grabbed as an afterthought loses its shape when you remove it in a hurry and set it down. Later, when the house cools, you slip it back on and your hair catches at the collar, leaving dents you can't smooth with your fingers. None of this is dramatic, but it chips away at how polished you look and how comfortable you feel. The mistake isn't the outfit, it's the lack of a layer plan. Think of your clothing like climate control you can carry. Begin with a sleek sleeveless base that sits cleanly at the shoulder and skims the body without clinging. The goal is a top that breathes under pressure and disappears under a layer. A soft knit shell or a refined tank with a clean, well-fitting armhole keeps you cool when the kitchen heats up, and it won't leave lines when you add structure on top. Then choose one removable layer that elevates the look but slides on and off without drama, a lightweight cardigan with a smooth sleeve, or a soft blazer with a gentle shoulder that won't fight your hairstyle. Test the move in front of a mirror. Put the layer on, take it off, and repeat. Your hair should stay in place, and the hem of the base should not ride up. If the layer drags, size up or switch to a fabric with a bit more glide. Color and texture do quiet work here. A base in ivory charcoal or soft honey gives the face warmth without glare, and it blends easily with most trousers and skirts. Keep finishes near the neckline on the matte side so indoor lighting doesn't bounce where you don't want it. When you remove the layer, the outfit should still feel finished, not exposed. A clean neckline, a simple pendant, and a tidy armhole make that possible. When you put the layer back on, the silhouette should sharpen instantly as if you planned the moment, which you did. This approach protects photos and comfort at the same time. Heat rises during prep and plate-up, so you stay in the sleeveless base until guests are seated. As the dining room settles and the air cools, you slip into your blazer or cardigan without disturbing your hair or makeup. You look as calm at the table as you did in the mirror before the doorbell rang. If you want proof, run a quick rehearsal on a regular weeknight, cook in your sleeveless base, then add and remove your layer every 15 minutes as the room changes. Notice how much more at ease you feel and how much neater your outfit stays. A simple plan turns temperature swings into non-events, and you keep your focus where it belongs: good food, good company, and a face that reads rested from the first hello to the last slice of pie. Mistake number 3, restrictive waistbands and fabrics. Holiday style falls apart fastest at the waistband. You feel great standing in front of the mirror, but the minute you sit to set the table or bend to pull a pan from the oven, a stiff band digs in and a rigid fabric fights every move. By the first toast your posture shifts, your breath shortens, and a hand sneaks under the table to loosen something you swore fit an hour ago. This isn't about size so much as structure. Hard waistbands and fabrics with no give punish normal movement, sitting, reaching, twisting to pass a dish. They also show strain in photos, a ripple across the midsection, a crease that reads like fatigue, a tight shoulder line that makes you look tense. Comfort and polish do not live on opposite sides, they rise and fall together. The fix is thoughtful ease. Look for stretch tailoring that keeps a clean line but moves when you do. A knit dress with gentle shape, not clingy, not boxy, gives you room to breathe and still reads refined. Trousers with a comfort waist, a discreet, soft, stretchy waistband that eases when you sit, allow you to sit through the blessing and dessert without a second thought. Fabric matters as much as cut. Choose weaves with a touch of stretch and finishes that lie smoothly over the body. If the cloth feels rigid on the hanger, it will feel unforgiving at the table. Aim for the simple formula I teach my clients: a column of color one tone from top to bottom, and an open layer cardigan or blazer to add polish and a long vertical line. The column can be a dress or matching top and bottom in a deep neutral. The open layer, cardigan, blazer, or soft coat, adds polish and gives the eye a vertical line, which subtly lengthens the body in every angle of a candid photo. Test it the easy way before the big day. I call it the 10-second breath test. Put on your outfit, set a timer, sit down, reach forward as if placing a platter, then twist gently as if passing the salt. If you fidget, if you hold your breath, if your hand goes to adjust a seam or waistband, that is the garment telling you it won't serve you for a long meal. Swap it now, not after guests arrive. Notice how a stretch woven trouser keeps its crease, but releases at the waist when you sit. Notice how a knit dress glides over the hips instead of grabbing when you stand. Notice how an open layer sharpens the outline without adding pressure anywhere. When you keep structure and gain ease, your body language changes. Shoulders settle, breath deepens, and your smile looks like it belongs to the moment rather than to the camera. You stop thinking about your clothes and start enjoying the company you chose to gather. That is the quiet luxury of a smart fabric and a kind waistband. No mid-meal tugging, no counting minutes to change, just a calm, elegant presence that lasts from the first hello to the last slice of pie. Mistake number 4, shoes you can't stand in. Holiday outfits often fail at the feet. You look perfect head to toe in the mirror, then 15 minutes into hosting you feel pressure building across the balls of your feet, your toes start to pinch, and every step sounds louder than you'd like on the kitchen floor. Gorgeous stilettos promise elegance, but they trade it for discomfort. The moment real life begins, standing to carve, walking plates to the table, leaning to hug a guest, circling back for dessert. Pain changes posture, shoulders creep up, steps get shorter, and your smile tightens. It also shows in photos. A beautiful dress loses its ease when the body inside is bracing against a heel that doesn't cooperate. The smarter choice is refined support. A kitten heel gives lift without the teeter. That small rise opens the ankle, lengthens the leg, and still lets you stand through toasts and cleanup. Block heel boots offer the same polish with even more stability, especially on wood or tile. A structured flat with a firm heel counter and a shaped insole can look as sophisticated as a heel when the silhouette is sleek and the toe is gently tapered rather than pointy. The goal is not to give up height or style, it's to choose construction that works as hard as you do on a holiday. Look for a padded insole to cushion the front of the foot and a steady, well-balanced heel. Bend the sole gently, it should flex at the toe, not fold in the middle. Choose a strap or a higher, secure upper so the shoe moves with you instead of slipping. Materials matter, soft leather or suede molds to the foot, while a stiff synthetic can rub before the first course. If you prefer a heel, 2 inches is the sweet spot for most women on long days. If you love flats, choose a pair with a little internal lift so your arch isn't working overtime. Do a quick home test before the big meal. Put on the outfit, then walk the longest indoor route in your house for 5 minutes. Stand still for 2 more. Can you roll through your step without gripping your toes? Do your ankles feel steady when you turn? If you catch yourself shifting side to side or reaching for a chair, that shoe is better for a short event, not a full holiday. If your steps feel tense or you're seeking support, save that pair for short outings and pick the one that lets you move calmly and quietly. Watch how the shoe sounds too. A soft, grounded tap reads intentional, a sharp clack announces fatigue. When your shoes support you, everything above them relaxes. Your stride lengthens, your voice softens, and you move with the kind of calm that photographs beautifully. You still look refined, only now you last all day, from morning prep to the final slice of pie. That is real elegance, not the tallest heel, but the pair that lets you stay present, gracious, and comfortable with every step. Mistake number 5, harsh neutrals and loud prints near the face. Color near the face does more than decorate, it sets the mood of your features. On holidays, bright indoor lighting and quick phone cameras can make certain neutrals feel harsher than they looked in the mirror. Optic white often throws a cool glare that bounces off the neck and chin, washing warmth from the skin and exaggerating texture. Jet black can read heavy at the jawline, flattening soft curves and pulling attention downward. Loud, busy prints compete with your eyes, so the first thing people notice is the pattern, not the person. None of this means you can't wear neutrals or enjoy prints. It means choosing versions that are kinder to skin, hair and light so your face remains the star. A simple set of swaps changes everything. Trade jet black for charcoal, and the edge softens without losing sophistication. The darker gray still frames the face, but it lets light move across your features instead of stopping at a hard outline. Replace paper white with ivory or cream and watch how your complexion looks calmer and more rested. The softer white brightens without the sharp bounce that phone cameras pick up indoors. If you love camel but it leaves you looking a bit dull, step into golden honey. That hint of warmth suggests sunlight and adds life around the mouth and eyes. These are practical adjustments to how light or dark, warm or cool a color looks, choices that flatter real skin, especially as natural contrast softens with age. Accessories can act like a gentle bridge between fabric and you. A silk scarf in a muted tone, a strand of soft pearls, or a delicate gold pendant adds a touch of light where you want it, around the throat and cheekbones, without glare. Keep finishes near the neckline more matte than shiny so overhead fixtures or candles don't create hot spots. If you wear glasses, consider how the frame color interacts with your top. A charcoal top with tortoiseshell frames, for instance, feels balanced and modern. An ivory sweater with a soft gold earring warms the entire portrait. None of these choices shout, they simply direct the eye back to your expression. If you like proof, run a quick selfie test at home. Stand by a window in natural light and take 2 photos, one in paper white, one in ivory. In most cases, the ivory shot shows a softer jaw and brighter eyes, even without extra makeup. Do the same with black versus charcoal. The charcoal version usually reveals more detail in the hair and a kinder line along the neck. When you pack for a holiday gathering, think of your near-face palette as a small toolkit: one soft light neutral, one gentle dark, and one warm accent that echoes your skin's undertone. You'll look polished in person, relaxed in photos, and completely like yourself, the quiet goal of great style. Mistake number 6, fussy, competing accessories. Holiday dressing often unravels not at the hemline, but at the jewelry box. In the rush to feel festive, it's easy to stack statement earrings with a bold necklace and a sparkling bracelet, then add a ring for balance. Instead of reading as luxe, the look becomes busy. The eye doesn't know where to land, so it skims around your face and settles on the accessories themselves. In photos, this clutter can harden features and shorten the neck. In person, it competes with your expression and with the soft textures that make holiday outfits feel inviting. None of this comes from a lack of taste, it comes from the belief that more equals special. True elegance comes from clarity. Choose one hero piece and let everything else whisper. If your neckline is open, soft V, scoop, or a gentle boat, a slender pendant or a single strand that sits just above the collarbone can be the star. If your top is high or your blazer frames the face, make the earring your focus: a pearl droplet, a small hoop with delicate movement, or a sculpted stud that lifts the cheek. When the hero sits near the face, it throws quiet light upward and softens the overall portrait. Keep the supporting players simple: a fine bracelet, a smooth band, or nothing at all. The absence of extras reads intentional, not empty. Think about proportion and finish. Large earrings and a heavy necklace rarely share the stage well, pick one to carry the message. When metal is your hero, consider the surface. Satin or softly polished finishes look luxurious without bright glare under indoor lights. If you love a bit of sparkle, keep it close to the eyes where it can act like a subtle reflector. Hair matters too. A short bob or an updo invites an earring moment. Longer hair, worn down, pairs beautifully with a refined necklace or a single, signature cuff. Editing is a skill you can practice. Get dressed, put on everything you think you want, then remove pieces until your face is the first thing you notice. Step back from the mirror and squint for a second. The piece you still see clearly is your hero. The rest should blend into the background of your look, adding polish without shouting. When in doubt, honor sentiment over novelty: a meaningful pendant, a grandmother's pearl, a ring you wear daily. These pieces carry your story and never feel like decoration for decoration's sake. Remember, you are the sparkle. Jewelry is the accent. One clear focal point creates room for your presence to lead the room. And that is the kind of shine that never goes out of style. Take a breath with me for a moment. What are you most excited to eat this year? The dish that makes the whole house feel like home. I'm firmly on Team Pumpkin Pie, with a generous cloud of whipped cream. Tell me yours in the comments, and while you're there, share your neckline pick for the day: soft V or scoop, so I can cheer you on. Little choices like these make your outfit feel personal and effortless. Before we head back in, a tiny reminder that travels well: grace is the accessory that never fails. If a conversation turns prickly or a remark lands sharper than intended, try a calm smile and a gentle "isn't that interesting?" You're not absorbing the energy, you're letting it pass. That kind of quiet power looks beautiful at any age and with any outfit, because it softens the room and lifts your face more than highlighter ever could. Keep your focus on connection, your posture easy, and your presence will do the rest. Before you head out the door, do a 60-second mirror test to lock in a calm, polished look. First, check for glare at the neckline. If your top looks shiny under indoor lights, switch to a matte finish or add a soft layer so the camera reads your skin, not the shine. Next, take the breath test: sit, reach forward as if setting a platter, then twist as if passing the salt. If you tug, hold your breath, or adjust a seam, change the piece now. Finally, build a gentle color bridge near your face. If your top feels too stark against your skin or hair, a simple strand of pearls or a muted scarf softens the transition and brightens your features. If you'd like my one-page printable of this checklist, comment holiday and I'll send it along. To recap, keep a breathable base, add a removable layer, choose shoes you can stand in all day, soften your neutrals, and finish with one quiet accessory that lets you lead the room. If this was helpful, a quick like helps more women discover it, and you're welcome to subscribe for weekly quiet luxury guides.